I was living fast, yeah, I felt it all. Every bad decision, every late night call. Laughing in the chaos, middle fingers high. Didn't fear the crash, didn't care if I died.
Let's see. Just finished a coffee here at, I'm not reading that. We're down in Banchang doing a little bit of a test ride on my very, very dirty Dream here. It means it wouldn't be bad if I washed this bike, but there's not really any point at right now because there's so much busted plastic on this poor bike. So I'm pretty sure I'll change out all the plastics here. We're also getting into the yearly inspection of this bike, so I'm a little bit, I should do I should freaking decide on which color I'm gonna keep it, because when I do the inspection I need to register the color, and it's fairly pricey to change the color on the bikes down here. And I have no idea what color I should run this one. I've been thinking red, I've been thinking about keeping the orange, ditching the gray, so it's just like a one color. So I need to make a decision on that one in like the next couple of weeks or something. But we finally managed to get the Airbox on it, so now it's actually got a filter. So then I only need to figure out how to make it breathe enough. But right now I don't think it does. We're a little bit on the low side on air. Not a lot, I mean it still runs fucking amazing. But you can see it's a little bit of a flat spot right like on top on the high RPMs. So I don't know if we can make it on like high flow filter and maybe drill some holes in the Airbox just to get more air in there, but noise wise it's a big difference. That's what this bike needed. It was way too loud, and it turns out that quite a lot of that actually was intake noise, and then a little of the flat spot on the high RPMs might be solved with a retune. So I'm gonna order a new exhaust on this one. It already has a new exhaust, but they might, if I've understood it correctly, have a muffler that is a little bit less loud but still breathing good. And my current muffler, even though it's almost fucking brand new, looks like absolute shit, because one of the mechanics didn't put it on as good as I would have liked them to. So it fell off. So I got 2,000 dents and scratches on it. just need a small gap. Get out of Banjang and start our journey back home. Nice with a little bit of morning ride there. I haven't done these in a while actually, but I missed it, and I was hoping that it would have been a little bit foggy today, because it was raining like, yeah, you can see it here. We got a new inland lake here. It was raining like crazy last night. But I might have overslept, missed out on most of the fog, and I can actually get on the throttle a little bit, and it doesn't get annoyingly loud. I've also been looking at getting this one set up for a little bit of touring riding, making it a bit more useful, because right now in the fleet I have very few bikes to ride if I want to bring fucking anything. Like, yeah, I'm riding with a backpack now, and I absolutely hate riding with a backpack. I'm avoiding it as much as I can, which means that everywhere I go, all I have is what's in my pockets, basically. The only bike where I can bring anything is the Jono. So the Jono has been doing, I'd say, a good 90% of all the long distance riding and stuff like that, and this one is probably just as good at it. So getting the big basket for the front, and I also been looking at putting a rack on the rear just to make it more travel ready. I am very aware that it will ruin the look though. So, but hopefully I will still feel that it's worth it. Otherwise, I'm generally like very often not doing practical modifications that ruins the look. Usually when I feel that a bike isn't practical enough for what I want to do with it, I buy another bike, and then that one ends up getting set up not being practical for like what I need it for, and then I buy another bike. We've seen this a couple of times before. So we did at one point ride this one to Kuchang. I can't remember the setup we were running back then. I can't imagine that my girl and I managed to stuff everything we needed into one backpack. But I generally can't remember how we solved that one. But apparently we did. So yeah, some of you might recognize this road. This is what I usually call my favorite road in this area. Nice sweepy, twisty section. This isn't the best bike for it. I mean, this one is quite lower. So you don't have the lean angle of like the Grom or the Dax, or I wouldn't say even the Jono. But then yeah, I wouldn't say skinny tires, because I mean it came with 45 millimeters tires. I mean, it's less than 2 inches of tire when I bought it, and when I changed out the rims, I'm pretty sure I went up to 70 in the front, closer to 3 inches, and maybe 80 in the back, so right about 3 inches. So it's not super skinny, at least with thigh measurements, but thigh standards, but it's still very skinny compared to what I'm used to. I'm running like a 130 and 120 on the other bikes. I think the other bike with the skinniest tires is the Dax. I don't know if that one's got a 110 or 120 in the front. Pretty sure maybe the Jona got a 110 now, after I changed the tires on that one. Downside with this bike is brakes. I have fuck all brakes. I can't get myself to ruin the fucking look of this bike with disc brake at the front, even though it would make a shitload of the difference if I just made a swap to a disc brake. But the drums just look right on it. This is by far the best bike I have to ride at speeds. It rides really, really good at 100, 110, even 120. After 120, the frame is starting to say, nah. But yeah, I don't know now with Airbox if I'm running out of air on those higher RPMs. I might not be able to do 140 and speeds like that anymore. So, but on the other hand, this was freaking horror movie at those speeds. I mean, the front end gets super light, and you can feel twitching and bending in the frame. It is not meant for those speeds. It is fine as long as you hold it back a little bit. So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna pull the spark plug, see if it gets black that I'm running rich as a motherfucker here. That could be the reason why it feels like I have less power up top. I'd say most likely I am. See how much sand we got out there. Quite a lot. That's a downside with skinny tires. That shit is soft. These fuckers, they dive. definitely got less power than before. See if we can fix that. Because I do generally enjoy the reduced intake noise. It definitely sounds better on exhaust only, and it doesn't get as tiring to ride and to listen to. I should remap this one anyway, because I have a little bit of issues that the throttle is a little bit on off at the bottom, kind of like a lot of the early injector bikes. So it's like when you actually start to open the throttle, 1% on the throttle body is like 10%, which makes it hard to ride it soft. That's an old Giorno. That's quite cool. It looks sick as fuck. The problem is we have a lot of these old 50cc Hondas down here, and a lot of them, they're fun. They look freaking hilarious, like the ZX, and we got the it's the original Zoomer, the Ruckus you call it, and they all looks awesome, but most of them are, well, ChatGPT called them gray imports. I wouldn't say that. They're just straight up unregistered. So basically, yeah, you could ride them, and a lot of times the Thai police are better than any other police force to just don't give a fuck. But they are not legal. And if something happens, or you actually get pulled over, they could even confiscate the bike. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that one. Do a little bit high speed test there. I was doing alright. But I'm definitely running out compared to before. About 30, yeah, maybe. Putting on the highway with no brakes, that sounds like a great fucking idea. That is a great bike. It's so stupid. I love it. I absolutely love this bike. Every now and then I'm thinking about selling this bike, because I mean, it's stupid and it doesn't make sense at all, but when I ride it, I fucking love it. It's being twisty, nervous, sketchy, almost brakeless. My best brake is fucking downshifting, but it makes it so much fun. It's incredibly fun to ride. Yeah, it is so goddamn slow. So. Just gonna go home, get ready to go to the gym, and then I'll get back to you guys later. We got a brother from another mother here in front. Sounds like a nasty wave. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. I'm gonna see if I can make it through the traffic here without getting pulled over by that cop. So, yeah. Until next time, peace.